Worksheets were added to Discover to provide users with sign-off capability, allowing them to manually review and intervene rather than have Discover simply performing automated maintenance. These consist of three parts: filters, dispositions, and worksheets. You can see here a worksheet called AUDITOFF that identifies files whose TMF audit flag has been turned off since the last scan. The default disposition, or what Discover does to the files, is to turn the audit flag back on and to run a TMF dump on the file. The problem is the audit flag may be turned off as part of normal maintenance, so we don't want Discover to just reset the flag in all cases. Each time Discover runs its nightly scan, an entry for each file matching the filter will be added to the worksheet, and they will appear with a state of new. Nothing else will be done, though, until we choose what steps to take. We might choose to notify, indicating that we know about the situation and do not want Discover to take any action. Noted files will stay in the worksheet until deleted. We can also choose to delete files for which we do not want to take any action, but they may be re-added to the worksheet later on, next scan. For the most part, though, we'll select something to be done with the file by disposing it. We can choose to use the default disposition or select another one from the list. In this case, Audit On will restore the audit flag without generating a TMF dump. So now we have one file noted, one file deleted, and one file signed off to request that Discover perform the disposition. Still, nothing will happen until the worksheet's executed. So we'll press the execute button here. Pressing refresh, we can see that the file is still noted, the deleted file is gone, and that the file that we had marked for disposition is marked as done. Discover has turned audit back on for that file. That's all well and good, but one common and unexpected use that our customers have found for worksheets is that of ad hoc report generation. So the filter here is similar to a Discover condition. They look very much the same. And they are a true and false statement identifying a file or disk volume that needs to be flagged, requiring some action on part of the user. So for this example, we'll be looking at save bin files that have been created during the last week. So we will give our filter a name. Then start the criteria editor to choose the attributes of the file we're interested in. File and filter and condition criteria are entered as strings, and you can press the choose button at any time to choose what condition you're interested in using. So at this point, we need to look at creation time as the first one, which can be entered as an absolute date and time or a relative number of hours and minutes. So here we'll enter greater than negative 168 hours, which is 7 days or 1 week. Now, since we need a little more information to identify files, we'll enter AND to show that both parts of our filter must be true, and add an attribute to identify save bin files. We could do that by entering name equals $star.star ZZSA star, or we could choose to use file code, because there's a unique file code for save bin files. And we'll say thank you for that. Now we'll create a new worksheet with some special settings. First of all, give it a name. We'll use that filter that we just created. And for the disposition, we'll set to automatic sign off new entries. indicating the default disposition will always be applied when the worksheet is executed without us having to do anything. Now the disposition we choose, however, is going to be a disposition called null, which was pre-created, and the actions associated with the disposition is simply null, so it doesn't actually do anything. Now we'll set this worksheet to run automatically at 10 a.m. every morning. And by finishing, we've now created that worksheet. So executing the worksheet, which automatically happens every day, will mark the signed off files as done and delete the entries for any files that are marked done. So now if we scan, we'll run that off, and you have a daily report of save events that have generated in the last week and can use, if we go here to a similar worksheet that was created, we show our save event files here, and you can take the work here, you can generate it through DCI, or you can use the edit menu to copy it into a tab separated report that you can then use elsewhere.